Hi and welcome back. You know what, time's a bit tough out there. Reminds me of the guy that came home from school and said, Dad, I think I failed my maths test. His father said to the son, that's negative. I want you to be positive. He turned around and said, okay, Dad, I'm positive I failed my maths test. You know, I know it sounds a bit negative, but let's face facts. It's tough times out there at the moment. We need to be better at what we do. See, a man stood at the side of the road and he sold hot dogs. They were real good hot dogs. He just sat there and said, buy a hot dog, mister. And people bought. But you see, this guy had really bad hearing, so he couldn't listen to the radio. He had bad eyesight, so he didn't read the newspapers. He just said, buy a hot dog, mister, and people bought. In fact, they were so good hot dogs, they had to increase his meat and bun order to take care of the increasing trade. In fact, he had to buy a bigger stove. Business was so good, he put some advertising signs up, direct people to his hot dog stand. And so many people were buying hot dogs, he got so busy, he had to get his son home from university to help him out. But something strange happened. The son said to the father, Dad, haven't you heard? We're in the middle of a credit crunch. We're going into recession. Times are terrible here at the moment. And he thought, well, my son's been to university. He reads the newspapers. He listens to the radio. He ought to know. So he cut down on his advertising signs to save some money. He reduced his meat and bun order so he didn't have as much wastage at the end of the day. He traded in his bigger stove back for a smaller one. And you know what? Hot dog sales fell instantly overnight. He turned around and said, you're right, son, we certainly are in the middle of a huge recession. See, guys, times are tough, but you've got to start off in your mind. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Don't succumb to everyone else's negative thinking out there. People are still changing their cars. What we've got to do is we just got to work harder with the customers we have got. Keep this in mind the next time you go and speak to that customer. Well, that about does it for now, and I'll speak to you next time.